you need to be focusing your time and energy creating products and creating services and developing them all year long. Hi, if we have not met before, my name is John Ruman. I'm an international business coach, consultant, and trainer, and what I do is show businesses that struggle to retain and attract and retain quality personnel how to do that, all the while helping it such that the key personnel in the business are doing what they need to do. In other words, I make it so that surgeons don't do paperwork, surgeons just do surgery. So here's the thing. When you have your business, it's critical that you're spending time and energy constantly developing your service and your product line. If you don't do this, every year you're going to move backwards. So there's a matrix of things that you can focus on throughout the year, and many people will spend a lot of time and energy on social media. That's great. It attracts new people. They'll spend time and energy on, things that aren't constantly evolving and growing the depth of their business. And what happens is they get into a rut. And there's nothing wrong with it as long as the rut is developing and growing and expanding and helping more and more people. But what happens is for most businesses that I run into, that doesn't happen. New ideas, new subsectors, new divisions of the organization doesn't happen. They're totally content with how things have been, and they're not willing to try to make things better, more efficient. And part of that is by developing your products or services. And I'll give you a couple examples. So we live in a digital world, a digital age. And if you have a business that has any sort of, so typically there's three price structures for products if we simplify. Premium, I'll put it so it's in the camera. Premium, number one, expensive, quality, good stuff. By the way, roughly 7 to 15% of your target market only buys the best. So you have to have that. Then there's the mid-level product. This is usually your commonly sold item. It is half or a third of this premium thing. So if we view my screen as the full scope of products, my hand on the bottom, my ring is the zero price. You have products that are about here. So there may be 20% of the total of the top. That's your kind of bottom dollar price. Then you have your normal products. They're about halfway, roughly. And then you have the premium. So you have several stages. And if you imagine the amount of people you are going to have for you to service and sell to who need your help, they're going to look like a pyramid in that dogs next door. They're going to have a whole bunch of these in the bottom level, the more cost effective. And as you become, or as the product or service becomes more premium, it's going to require that you have less and less people, which is fine because the typical profit margin on premium products is higher. So if you have 1,000 people at your bottom and 10 at the very top, those 10 may make you as much profit as a majority of those bottom 1,000. Crazy as it sounds, but it depends how big a difference you have. So I'll continue with this digital space because it'll help you think. Hopefully you have some sort of free ebook, free video class, free audio class, something that you can give people, that you can email them when they opt in so they know more about you. It shows high value. And it shows you actually know what you're talking about. Because so I live in Trinidad, which is a pretty small island, 1.2, I think it's going to hit 1.3 million this year. But even in that community, there are a fair amount of people, and it's hard to know every business well enough to know if it's worth getting into, investing your money, into making that exchange. So within this small economy, it's important to know that you need to differentiate yourself. You need to make low-end, cost-effective products that they can try you out, and ideally one for nothing or almost nothing. And then you build this ladder. So that's part of it. So you should have some sort of digital product service that you provide for nil to almost nil. Ideally something for nil and then something for literally under 10 US, and then the products get more and more expensive. So that is one part of your development. Another part of your development is to understand that you can look in different segments of where you are now. You probably have things that you're doing. There's a blood stain on my shirt. Thank you, Marlon. I don't know where the blood stain is. Where's the blood stain, Marlon? So it's important that you understand that on the when you're creating the new division of your product or service, that you look at new ones that have opened up, maybe that other people are doing. There's probably a reason they're doing it, or you haven't considered the option of that for whatever reason, and now's a good time to open up into that. So, for example, Trinidad is a fairly small economy, as I said. So, but you could think regional now. You could think to other areas that other competitors have. You could just find other ways to expand what you are offering so that now you can really help people. So if this is something that you find of value and you want to dig deeper on and you wouldn't mind help brainstorming, I'm actually having a live format group coaching class. It's 7 weeks long, and the class topic, product and service development, is actually class 3. So class 3 in the actual of the 7 classes is the one that focused on product and service development. So it's 7 weeks. The total investment is $1,200 TT. It's going to be live in a private Facebook group, and you'll be able to ask questions. Every class is going to be 75 minutes long, an hour and 15 minutes, and you'll have access, obviously, to that in the time between. And it's always going to be a Wednesday night, 7 p.m. to 8:15. So any questions you have, I would love to hear them. I am open, and I would more than welcome them from you. So if you know anyone who has trouble coming up with what the heck am I going to sell new this year, forward this video to them. They're going to absolutely love it. And encourage them to take this class. I made it very cost effective so that you can therefore help yourself and or help them. So thank you so much. Again, any questions, I welcome them, and please share this with people that may benefit. Have a great rest of your night.